tricky because that could be like some sort of a third party situation, but it could also just be a social scene that somebody's leaving behind. Like, it's like the way this person was choosing to go about letting loose. That could be something that they're leaving behind if they realize that whatever they were involved in was hindering them. Could have even been hindering this connection because this is definitely love related. Like, there's no question about that. There's that Three of Swords again. There is that Three of Swords again. Nine of Wands. Okay, so I usually do 5, but as we can see today, whatever we usually do is just being thrown out the window. So we're just kind of rolling with it. I guess that's the position that this person has put themselves in. Like, they just have to roll with whatever because they've put something off for so long that now if they put it off any longer, they'll miss their chance. Okay, so let's feel this out. Let's get into this. Whatever it is that they're walking away from, they really hung in there for a little while. What is this? Hold on. This is a conundrum. This might not even get posted. I don't know if that's this person's energy where it's like, I don't know. This message might not even make its way to you. So we're going to start with this star card. Normally, I would read left to right, you know, like you read in general. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, but recently, I just been feeling more called to read from the right. This energy is really, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just feel like my brain just went blank all of a sudden. So this could be a person that has felt like they've had so much to say, and now it's time to say it, and their brain is like, what? Oh. Oh my God. Now I'm hearing This Is Me from Camp Rock. Oh my God. Specifically, can't find the words to say, spending all my time stuck in yesterday. Where you are is where I want to be. I'm missing you and you're missing me. It's either I'm missing you and you're missing me, or I'm next to you and you're next to me. I think it's next to you. It's been a while since I heard that song. Bro, that used to be my song. Okay. You could hear from this person and they could kind of like bullshit around before they say whatever it is that they actually want to say. Like, there might be some beating around the bush. Like, they could call you and keep it real casual, but that's really not why they're calling you. They might just be trying to take the temperature, or like levity. They might want to bring levity. Did I cut already? Oh my God. See, I feel like I'm losing it. Okay, so what's this star card in reverse? And every time I try to pull, like, a quarter of the deck flips over. I don't know if this person is about to explode. If they can't just say one thing, they have to say the whole thing. So they could even be going to type out like a short message, Or maybe they do send you something, but then they just end up sending like a long paragraph. Like you could just be like, where is this coming from? Okay, 5 of Wands and stuff. Okay. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised that it jumped out of this deck because it was trying to jump out of my Deviant Moon deck. Okay. So somebody had to go off to nurse a broken heart. They could have thought that they were farther along in healing something than they actually were. If this isn't a broken heart, this could even just be trauma. Or a broken heart doesn't always have to be romance related. That can even be done like familially. Somebody could have wanted to pursue something, but they felt triggered. If this is related to an ex, I don't know if this person got cheated on, and so now they have issues as far as comparing themselves to other people, or just automatically thinking of like imaginary competition. And this could be actual competition for you. So, and the reason I say it's imaginary is because I think this person is perceiving it before it's even happening. So they could feel like you're a person who does get attention, so therefore there would be competition in terms of trying to get your intention, interesting, trying to get your attention. um but you could not even be dealing with anybody right now, so there is no real competition. This person is like taking themselves out of the game before the game is even happening. This is like pulling out of the race, you know? But I feel like they pulled out of a race because they were feeling a little bit insecure. This star card in reverse can be a fear of being seen. It can be a fear of being vulnerable. This person could have had a fear of being seen as a vulnerable person, or they weren't comfortable being seen in a vulnerable state, which is what they would have to put themselves in to even talk about whatever this Three of Swords situation is in the first place. Okay. See, now I feel a lot calmer. I feel like, okay, we're getting somewhere. So if this is a conversation from someone and you're waiting to hear from this person, they might be pleasantly surprised that this conversation goes a lot smoother than whatever they were expecting it to. But we'll see as we keep pulling cards. Oh, wow, look at that. Defensiveness. So this person had their guard up. Since they've taken time away, this Hangman and this Four of Swords is isolating any sort of distractions. So if this person had a very like, what's the word I want to use for this? Like a very lively social life, they could have taken time away from that. Whether it was to take a look at this, that's what ended up happening during this time away. They were realizing like, wow, I'm on the defense. This person could have ran or just like disappeared, because that's sometimes not a tactic, a defense mechanism is to avoid. Okay, I'm not surprised. I was gonna say this Hangman is Pisces energy, and then we had the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So this could be any of the water signs. Doesn't have to be sun. It could be anywhere in their chart. I also want to say, I think sometimes people can show up in the tarot as exuding, like embodying an energetic, oh my god, I hate Mercury retrograde. An energetic signature that is associated with a particular zodiac sign if that sign rules over a house that they have a prominent placement in. So let's say somebody has like a Cancer fifth house, but their moon in what's close to Cancer that could be in there. I'll use a better example. Somebody could have a Gemini seventh house, and they could have their Cancer moon in their Gemini seventh house, which would mean that there would be oh my god, there would be Gemini influence over their moon. If you hear from this person and you talk to them on the phone, there's going to be a lot of stuttering because there's no reason why I just couldn't get through that sentence. Oh my god, a minute ago I couldn't even remember that words existed, and now they do, and my tongue is literally just like getting so wrapped up inside of itself. So somebody could feel like they have a lot to say and they just don't know exactly how to get it out, or they don't even know what order to talk in. They can't even remember the order of events anymore to like start from the beginning. So if somebody's trying to tell you a story, they might stop and be like, "Oh wait, no, you know what? That's I forgot something," or like they're just jumping around because this energy is really like this. That's how I feel right now, and I didn't feel like that before I sat down. This person is tired of running. That's what this Nine of Wands, Five of Swords in reverse is making me think. This defense tactic that they have, which is to run, they're just tired of doing it. Like somebody is just tired of themselves. They had enough of their own shit. You might get an apology. I feel like this person may have realized they were being defensive or they were on guard, and they might have wanted to contact you for a while, but I guess once they realized this about themselves, they wanted to be really sure that this was something that they had addressed properly and sat with before they came towards you. Because they wanted to make sure they weren't coming back around in the energy that caused some sort of dissension in the first place. You know why? Because whatever this was, oh, wow. So somebody's really been MIA. I don't even know if other people are seeing this person. Social media is probably not seeing this person. I don't know if this is like a major life overhaul for this person. They could have just been going to work and coming right back home, stacking up their money, saving. They could have multiple streams of income. And again, if they do, that's been the only thing that they've been doing right now. Just because, I mean, you kind of don't have a choice. You know, like even when you got life stuff going on, like you still got to go to work. Okay. King of Cups is out. So I think this person has been taking some time to grow emotionally and start to understand even their own feelings better and just their own emotional space better. It's like I can't tell you what I need. I can't tell you what my triggers are. I can't tell you how to handle me if I don't even know those things myself. So this feels like a level of growth and maturity that was gained while somebody was away. Sorry. All right, while they disappeared. Okay. I mean, heavy on the self reflection though. And then on the bottom of this deck is the Nine of Wands again. So something about this behavior this person is realizing is a lot more of a hindrance. It's like it creates so much more problems for them than just being transparent and vulnerable would do. Like this feels exhausting. Because in that Nine of Wands, they are tired. I mean, look at her. Look at them. They look like they've been through the ringer. Let's get another card for this Nine of Wands. Ooh. You know what I'm hearing in my head now? I'll make a man out of you from Mulan. Interesting. This period that somebody went through, like, it could have taken a lot for somebody to understand not just like how they were standing in their way, but I don't think they understood the depth and the severity of it. Because with this Magician in reverse, this can be a person who it's like they are the alchemist naturally, but they could have been using that in like for the wrong reasons. They could have been using that to manipulate, but the only reason they were manipulating was because it was to make up for whatever they felt like they were lacking. And it could have something to do with their masculinity. And there's that Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this could be a person that you grew up with or you've known for a long time. You have a level of like fondness associated with this person. I would even go as far as to say like a soft spot. Like this would be a person that you're like, so and so, like they have a special place in my heart. Um okay. So somebody could have gone in the opposite direction, but that was because they were moving towards people they felt like wouldn't recognize some sort of like perceived inferiority that they had going on. So this person felt like they were inferior to you in some way, but the people they went out and pursued, they didn't feel like that about. So it was much easier. This was to preserve their ego, this feels like. Yeah, Seven of Cups, the Chariot in reverse. So somebody definitely hit a wall with these supposed options. Like they just never progressed. They went after these options, and each time it's like it just never went past a certain point because it was never going to. I don't think. Because these people weren't for them. I mean, if the only reason why this person didn't pursue this was out of fear, then choosing to go after these other people, like that's not a good enough reason to go be with somebody else is because you feel like or they feel more equal to you, which kind of low key feels like an insult to these people. Like, I would really hate to be one of those people when people are like, yeah, like I didn't think highly of myself. And so, like, I just didn't feel good enough for you. And so they went and pursued other people. And it's like, wow, you didn't feel good about yourself. So you felt like you were good enough for those people. Like, what does that say about how you feel about those people? Okay, I don't think this person consciously knew that. I don't think they had an understanding that that's why they were choosing or why they've chosen other people in the past. And it was because they felt like they were on these people's level. Ooh, death card. And then the King of Pentacles in reverse. Um, they could have been pursuing relationships for like financial gain. to aid their reputation in some way. Again, I think it was to really fill the hole that was being left by not feeling like they could provide anything to you, or in general really, but definitely not to you. This person could have been like overly concerned about money. That could also be part of why they disappeared. Like this person, I mean, we already mentioned that this person left and all they did was go to work, but this could even be like a workaholic. Sometimes that King of Pentacles in reverse can be like opportunistic behavior. So again, only hanging out with certain people for what you feel like they can get you, or certain people that you think they can get you to access to certain things. They could have also just been feeling very like hands off my money. So they didn't want to pursue anything seriously because they wanted to be selfish is what it's giving. Ooh, look at that Ten of Swords. Maybe that's why. They could feel like they've overgiven in the past. Which is interesting actually that this is coming out. This might be related to the Taurus reading. Interesting. But this is some sort of like a reoccurring situation. So if this was a reoccurrence in a relationship, I don't know. I think this is actually like over the course of multiple relationships. Like this feels like this person feeling like they're putting themselves out there and it's being taken advantage of. Their kindness is being taken advantage of. You know, they're giving and giving, and then they're getting like bottom of the barrel, just being left over with the scraps, or being left over with nothing. Like at the end of it all, they're just depleted. So this is giving like energy vampire. The Sun in reverse. This person could have gone through a period of depression. And it could have been while they were mulling this over. They could have just been feeling very sorry for themselves. It's very like why me kind of an energy. Ace of Wands in reverse. You know what's funny? I'm getting that this person reached a level with their finances, and this could have even been that they got a really good job. Maybe they're a manager or something, they're head of something, overseeing something, supervisor. Um, but they got some sort of a title along with, a nice amount of money. And they thought it put them in like an upper echelon. And so it meant that they would have access to people that would be, I guess, that would run in these kind of like circles. And there's like this idealization that's coming through where this person was projecting onto these people. And I think that's because they thought that like being involved with these people was going to make them feel better about themselves in some way. Again, and that ego boost, that's what they were looking for. And I guess they were getting it. They could feel good about the fact that people like this, whatever that means for, because this is going to be different for everybody. But that people like this would be interested in them. And so then they would pursue it and it would be exciting and fun, but then it would fizzle out just as quickly. Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. With the Death card. This feels like reservation. Like somebody that was just very tight-lipped, maybe in moments where they needed to speak up. But it could also be somebody that's being kind of like stingy. They're withholding. They're not giving a lot of their energy, not a lot of their time, their attention. They're just holding back. And it's to preserve. It's self-preservation, but it's to keep themselves from feeling any sort of loss like they were in the past. So this was somebody's way of stopping what's happened in the past from happening again. However, I'm getting that they realized was self-sabotage in this instance, because it was an assumption and a projection that it was going to happen again here. Ooh, High Priestess in reverse. Okay. So I was going to say it was baseless, and then the High Priestess in reverse flipped out. So not only was it baseless, but their intuition was telling them the exact opposite. And I think they realized that. Their intuition was telling them that they would be safe, and their anxiety was telling them the opposite. So they went with what they thought would protect themselves the best, which was their anxiety. And so they protected themselves. Oh, Six of Cups. They protected themselves, but I think they feel like they protected themselves a little bit too well, because now it's starting to feel a little bit cold. They realized like they wanted everybody out and it worked, and it's like, what did you gain from that? Way too many cards. I'll take this Knight of Pentacles though. Oh wow, okay. I accidentally put it over the star. Yeah, I think they were using money as a distraction. And not only was it a distraction, but they were using it to try and make themselves feel better about themselves. Like the money was supposed to cover up whatever parts of themselves that they feel ashamed about. Okay. The Moon in reverse. Could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces. Ooh, we got two cards. We got the Seven of Swords, which I've been seeing a lot lately. Oh, and the Magician is back out. I don't know if this person is secretly putting something together, or because this Emperor and this Magician together, this feels like co-creation. So manifestation, but also putting in some sort of tangible work. So I don't know. This is like they're setting something up. Okay. I don't know if maybe this person has switched their mindset to only being worried about things that they can control. Aries energy. I don't know if y'all watched the Aries reading. If you didn't watch the Aries reading, go watch the Aries reading. If you didn't watch the Taurus reading, go watch the Taurus reading. Okay. Because both of those are feeling very relevant. So I don't know if this person has surrendered. Maybe they surrendered this connection to the universe and they were like, you know what? Whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. But in the meantime, with this Magician energy, they're manifesting. I don't know if this is conscious manifestation, but I kind of feel like it is with this Seven of Swords. Because this feels like hidden. This is something happening behind the scenes that other people can't see. So this is like, this person is working on themselves, working on building themselves up, but while they're doing that, they're also trying to pull something in energetically. Like, I don't know if this person has been on the internet recently, specifically looking into manifestation, because this feels like someone that either has gained or is trying to gain the understanding of putting yourself on the same like energetic frequency with something, so that the two of you are in alignment, and then naturally that magnetic pull happens and you're brought together. But this feels like a secret. So what is the secret? What is the Seven of Swords? Okay, we're not going to take any of those, but y'all saw that death card. Y'all saw that death card. Okay, that could have even been like something that they have going on that they know they needed to end. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of what I have to take care of. I'm going to figure out how to end this thing. But in the meantime, I'm also trying to make myself a match to, I guess, for whoever this message is for, collective. Hangman in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, so are y'all outside? Y'all could be back outside. What did Beyonce say? Oh my God, I'm so glad I said that. Okay, I hope I didn't yell into the microphone. But I'm so glad I said that, because when I shot the first video and then I stopped it and I went back to continue my routine, when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna still do my routine, and then I'm gonna cut the video on. Anyway, when I was doing that, Cuff It started playing in my head. Just throwing that out there. Might be a message for that song, in that song for somebody. Okay. Yeah, you, Queen of Pentacles, you could be focusing a lot more on taking care of yourself. You could have come to the understanding that if you don't take care of yourself, you can't show up properly and build for yourself and your own life the way you want to. So if you're trying to create stability, if you wanted to be a business owner, whatever this is, working on your finances, it was like you could have realized that you were hindering yourself. So once you started taking care of yourself, you had a lot more energy to actually do all the things that you wanted to do. So that means that having more energy is like there's more stuff that you can do, and then you get to wherever it is that you're trying to get a lot quicker. So your goals get met quicker, and you get to be in this comfy position, because the Queen of Pentacles is very comfortable. What's funny is I believe she's like a step below the Empress. So that's interesting. You know, I don't know if something about like your finances or like your livelihood in some way. So where you live, your lifestyle, I feel like that could have been the one thing, that could be the one thing that this person, how do I want to say this? Like they were having a hard time feeling like they measured up to you in other ways. And being able to provide for you, like this person could have a little bit more money than you, but I'm just getting that they're happy about that. Like in their mind, they're like, that's the way this is supposed to be, because I want to give to you. I want you to need something from me. So they're not looking at you and that Queen of Pentacles as needing very much from them, but they're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get in where I can fit in. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's pull a couple more tarot cards, and then we're gonna get into this oracle cards, and then we're gonna close this out because it's not really much for me to say because this person has a lot to say. Three of Pentacles, they want to work together. Ooh, that came in loud and clear. I'm hearing I want to run to you just out of nowhere. It just came right through. Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Somebody's running to y'all. Child, if this person knows where you live, they will be at your doorstep. You know, it's giving that. And it might be so out of the blue, out of nowhere. You open your door, you're like, what are you doing here? And you know what's funny? I could even see this person, for some of you guys, it's not going to be for everybody. This is going to be specific. For some of you guys, I could see that you open your door and then this person, you're like, what? What are you, like, what? Because I'm getting that y'all haven't heard from this person. And so you're like, what? And I'm just seeing this person being like, I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I showed up here. And going to get back in their car, you're like, why are you here? If you're going to be here, you're going to show up. You're already here. You might as well say why you're here. Like, this person is very nervous. Very nervous. Even though they're the emperor. I feel like in order to be the emperor, you have to push a lot of anxiety to the side in your life. But this is still the one area of this person's life where they are on shaky grounds. Like, this person feels like trying to do whatever this is like walking through a minefield. It's making me think of those video games where you're in the forest and they have like bear traps on the ground and you can't see them. And you don't know where they are until you either like shoot at them or you accidentally step on one. I feel like that minefield example I just gave could be related to me saying that this person might come in and try to have casual conversation just to set the temperature. It's like that's their way of trying to shoot out and see, like, is there anything that I should be worried about? They could have even been stalking your social media to try and see if there was competition, if you are dealing with someone. I'm hearing, is the coast clear? Okay. So let's pull some oracle cards before we close this out. If this resonates, you guys better come back and tell me. Because now I feel like I'm involved. It's like now that we've gotten to this message, the energy feels so much lighter. All right. We've got treasures in the deep and dark. In reverse. Shadow work, healing old wounds. I actually feel like this card is talking about when it's time to step out of that period of doing shadow work and it's time to just kind of live. It's like enough self-reflection. Now it's time to take what you've learned during that period of reflection and move forward. It's time to progress. Oh, I've never seen this card before. Okay, a call to transformation. excuse me, you guys. A call to transformation, metamorphosis, the in between. Okay, we were talking about somebody's evolution. Yeah. So sabotaging this was the call for somebody to get it together. Like this really put like a mirror to someone's face. This was like, y'all ever seen those flashlights um that are supposed that they're like blindingly bright and they're supposed to reach like 20 feet. This was like that. Like this situation showed this person stuff that they were probably trying to shove down before that, or at least they were living their life. Oh, I'm hearing in the fast lane. They were living their life in such a fast paced way that they really didn't have to take the time to sit down and actually address this. And they weren't feeling like it was really affecting their life before. But something about how they started feeling, child, in them feelings, something about how they started feeling after they messed this up, it was enough to create some big changes in this person. Ooh, it's giving man in the mirror. Okay, so we have the alchemy of poison, transformational lessons, reclaiming personal choice, radical forgiveness. There could be a lot of people that this person has had to forgive, including themselves. I'm hearing especially themselves. But I think in order for them to forgive themselves, there might have been some people that they had to. This feels like that Three of Swords energy. There was some trauma that they had to address. So they had to address people that have hurt them in the past, people that have let them down. And even if that wasn't actually addressing these people, it could have just been addressing these situations in general. Transformational lessons. Yeah. I mean, this is deep change, but we're not shocked because how many times do we see the death card today? Oh my God. Oh, this person was realizing that they had created their own personal poison and they just kept drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. They could have needed to forgive themselves for whatever those past betrayals were. Um, this could even be betraying you. They could have even had to be like to forgive themselves. And I think y'all could be hearing that and being like, they need to forgive themselves. I need to forgive them. They need to be worried about me and my forgiveness. I hear y'all. But the reason I say that is because we don't get anywhere when we carry too much shame and too much guilt. Swallowing down all that shame, that's the poison. And that's the kind of stuff that causes people to not move forward. That's actually that devil energy in the tarot. Because the devil likes to tell you that you can't save yourself, you know? You know, the devil's like, well, you've already lived your life being this way. It's like, can you really change? And even if you do, it's like, it's not going to erase all the harm that you've done in the process. And it's like, of course, the harm can't be erased, but wouldn't we want to not perpetuate that any further? So I think that's a question that this person had to ask themselves. Like, yeah, I can't go back, but I can move forward. Yeah, reclaiming personal choices. So this is somebody understanding that they have free will. And, you know, up until now, they've exercised that free will in a way that was not beneficial to them or anybody else. And in the same way that they've done that, it's like you can also decide any day that you want to turn that around. It's giving like atonement, not the movie, but the word atonement. Like repentance. Ooh, damn. That card jumped out. Y'all saw that? Order in the forest in reverse. Cleansing, releasing resentments, making amends. Yeah, I think they were realizing that they were holding on to a lot of resentment, and that having people that they haven't forgiven for the harm that they've done wasn't allowing them to move forward either, because they were so scared that it was going to happen again, that they projected it happening again onto a situation where it had it, preemptively, and acted based on that instead of acting in accordance with the reality of the matter. All right, we're going to pull two more, and then I'm going to let you guys go. Oh my god, this card does not want to come up. Okay. Oh my god, hold on. My mic is like in my neck right now. Okay. The eyes of mystery. Mystery, uncharted territory, deep knowing, and it was in reverse. I'm actually going to check the book and see what they have to say about that. That's card number 10. Let's see. Okay. In reverse. Isn't it exciting when the mystery is finally revealed? You think you're lost in the fog until a light shines on the next step, and now you're closer than ever to your goal. Evidence is motivational, and right now you're being encouraged to keep going in the direction of your dreams and desires. So, what happens when you find the end of the staircase and you haven't quite experienced what you hoped for? Maybe you were so busy looking for the next step you missed all the beauty and richness of the one before. This is a reminder to stop and smell the roses. Be here now. There is no trophy at the end. The real prize is in the climbing itself. Soon, another magical staircase, hidden pathway, or sacred cave will arise. Make sure you savor every step you take. So, this, again, I'm going to direct you guys to go watch Aries reading. Because this sounds like the advice I gave them to stop trying to manipulate energy and to just let whatever door they were like intuitively what do I want to say here, what's the word I want to use here, I can't even think of it. But intuitively they were picking up on the fact that, or it's for some people, they actually have like legitimate opportunities that they know they're standing on the outside of. Wanting to rush until the day when that door finally opens is what this card is talking about. So this is like, enjoy the journey. If I think this person is also being called to enjoy the journey, because a lot of this work that they did, it wasn't for the connection, but kinda. And I think that was the goal for them. That was the prize. You are the prize to this person. And Spirit is like, listen, wait, take a minute, like pause and look at where you have come from. Allow yourself to taste a little bit of that sweetness of the fact that you're not making the same choices that you were before. So your life, this person's life has to look different. I mean, they're the emperor now, and I'm sure they weren't before. Enjoy how much change you've been able to cultivate by taking a step that that's not an easy thing to do. It's so easy to give into that devil energy and be like, you know what, it's too late now. So the Spirit is like, no, listen, like, give yourself a pat on the back, treat yourself, like sit down for a minute. And they could be trying to rush out of this hangman stage and being like, that's why they're trying to call this in. And maybe that's why they're rushing in, because by the time they finally are actually able to contact you, this person has just been held back by Spirit. like I'm just seeing like the hand being up like this, like, no, 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 calm down, relax. Again, please go watch Harry's reading. It just feels so relevant here. Evidence is motivational. I like that. This is, I think, spirit trying to tell this person, like, you have evolved from more than just the sake of this connection. I mean, sure, that's going to be possibly um something that comes along, not comes along, but something that can now, like a reconnection can now take place because of this growth. But spirit is like, it's about so much more than just this connection. Like, it's a lot bigger than that. So enjoy where you're at right now while this is not happening in front of you and you can't access this person yet. Okay, last card. Last card, my friends. What was that tried to flip up and then, oh, would you look at that? What was I talking about? The dream of co-creation, manifestation, divine partnership, frequency alignment. I don't know if I had that on the camera for y'all to be able to see the way the card flipped and then flipped back, so I couldn't catch it. And one of the things we mentioned was that this person was secretly manifesting, secretly working with the universe. So to the outside world, like to other people around this person's perspective, they just look like, oh wow, they're really, growing and working hard, and just they really got their, what do I want to say here? Like they're really putting, pedal to the metal kind of thing. Um, but it's not just. Ooh, I wonder if people are like they're looking at this person like they just got like a wild hair up their ass. Like they're wondering, like, huh, what made this person decide that it's time to do shit differently? And this person's not saying. I don't know why they're not saying, because we were trying to clarify the Seven of Swords and we weren't getting very much more from that because this person is very like this right now about it. Um, I don't think they want. This feels like a rose in a glass. You know, like this person. This is also preservation. So, oh, okay. So I'm wondering. I hope that didn't sound crazy on the microphone. Sorry to the headphone users. I'm wondering if people were in this person's ear before, and now to get around that, like this person is not saying anything because they don't want people to put their opinions in the mix, and they don't want like to start second guessing this. These could be people that don't even know you. Ciao. Okay. One more. Oh, we got two more. Isn't that hilarious? Okay. The burden of choice in reverse. I'm definitely going to read the book for that one. Choosing higher ground, consequences, unconscious choice. Oh, unconscious choice making in reverse. And a way out of the weeds, a clear way out, multitasking, getting organized. Okay. Let's see if I can. The burden of choice in reverse. Unconscious choice making. In reverse, is this somebody consciously choosing to make a choice? Let's find out. What number is that? 43. Damn, is that many cards in this? Okay. Did you make a decision you'd promise yourself you'd never make again? It's frustrating to be stuck in the same scenario, same emotional themes, same pain, same frustration, and same powerlessness. Okay, before I even read this any further, is this not what we were talking about when I said this person was realizing that they were choosing the same kinds of people over and over again? Getting stabbed in the back, regretting it. Okay. This stems from making an unconscious choice, hoping it would be different. Deep down, though, you knew that the early excitement was masking a pattern you'd not yet addressed. Y'all. What did we say? If you don't remember, rewind it back, okay? But I'm gonna tell y'all again. What did we say when I said this person got, oh my God, they elevated, and then they started dealing with people that they felt like, oh, now that I'm elevated, like this is like the caliber of people that I can access now that I have access to whatever they have access to. More money. That's really what it is. They probably can afford like more expensive things. Maybe they got a new car. They can afford to be in places that they couldn't before. Anyway, meeting people in those environments and pursuing it and it being very short lived. Like it's exciting in the beginning and then it just ends in the same way. This is literally that. Like, we love confirmation. Okay. You're being invited now to look at this old wound, your shadow pattern, and how you've adapted to survive it and finally take the responsibility to heal, which I think this person has done. Don't punish yourself for doing it again because it will keep happening until you compassionately bring the original hurt to light. What did I say about the fact that shame keeps people stuck? And when you feel sorry for yourself, when you feel like, oh my God, I'm so unredeemable, that it ends up being true because you make it true, because you live in a way that makes that true. You start making choices, okay, that keep you stuck there and reinforce this idea that you're unredeemable because you're choosing to be unredeemable. Okay. Take heart. This is a wonderful opportunity to lay down the burden of trying to fix your original wound through other people. Remember, the only way out is through. Find someone to talk to and help you sort this out. Soon you will become the person who naturally chooses a different way. You can do it. All right. The number 3 could be relevant to somebody. The number 7 as well. 43 too. Um, the only way out is through. I wonder if this person actually does have like a trusted person that they've talked through this with. Um, Excuse me. They could have began like therapy or something for some of you guys. That's not going to be for everybody. Soon you will become the person who naturally chooses a different way. You can do it. I feel like this person is already doing it. Um, there's a card peeking out on the bottom of this deck, guys. I'm sorry. That's why I'm pausing. I'm losing my train of thought. Letting go of stories. Wow. And it came out in reverse. Surrendering attachments, cleansing unconscious patterns. Wow. Okay. So this person, they were really locked into a toxic cycle with themselves. Even if it was toxic cycles with other people, ultimately the worst one was the one that they were locked into with themselves. That's why we were getting that like man in the mirror, because you really can't look for change in other people until you start to change yourself. I've seen this card too. I didn't check and see what the book had to say about it, but now I'm curious. Oh, and this one is 34, so we have 43 and 34. Let's see what it says. The nature of attachment is sticky and innately sabotaging. The stronger and more prolonged the emotional obsession, the less likely you are to experience your desired outcome. Too much wanting turns one into a hungry ghost destined to be unfulfilled, always longing for something out of reach in a continuum of scarcity. Now, I want to tell you guys something really interesting. The entire time I've been doing this reading, I don't know if my mic picked up on it. I hope not. My stomach has been grumbling. I just ate not too long ago. So I thought that was really interesting, but I was ignoring it. And seeing them say this in this book, starting to think that was relevant. You're being invited to look closely at the desires you're feeding, how attached you are to something going exactly your way, and your fear of never being fulfilled. Release whatever it is that you're holding on to too tightly. Let go and let God decide what is best. You took your one step and claimed your intention. Now surrender it fully with no strings attached. Just stay loosely curious and keep walking. Remember that every inspiration contains its built in blueprint for success, but the tightly clenched acorn can't become an oak tree. Okay. And then we've got the number 93 on this page, so that could be significant for somebody. Um, what did I say about needing to surrender and release control? I mean, all the Oracle cards have just confirmed what I've been preaching and preaching. That also points to that Aries reading. I don't remember if that card came out in that reading. It might have. It might have. But you can just find that out very simply by heading on over to that reading. I'm definitely going to link it. That entire reading was literally about something that someone manifested. And it was like, listen, you've done all you can do. Now you need to just release it. Let it go. Okay, so this person is really wanting to come in and they're really trying to figure out when their best moment to strike is. And Spirit is like, when the best moment comes, your intuition is going to tell you. You know that thing that you were ignoring before? Yes. You're going to get that same call that your intuition was giving you before to tell you that it's now time to step forward. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I hope this resonated for you guys. I hope you liked it. If you do, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on my notifications so you'll know every time we post. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Bye!